YouTubers, it's Casual706 here, back with another Transformers unboxing review. Today I have Transformers Titans Return, Furos, and Hardhead. As we see in the packaging here, we got the figure, and we have an artistic depiction of the head popping off of the body there. We have his two firearms, and we have him in his tank mode right here. Now on the side of the package, again, artistic depiction of the head popping off of the body. And on the back, it says it's going to be 12 steps to transform him from tank mode to robot and vice versa. Now his head here, Furos, is going to take 1 step to transform. Now there is a very small bio in the top left-hand corner. The bio reads, "The Autobots unite with Titan Master partners to power up for battle. Furos gives Hardhead a regenerative healing power that instantly repairs armor and system damage." So he has his own method of repairing himself in battle when he's combined with Furos. Now on the right side of the package here, we got a couple of the other Titans Return figures. We've got Blur, Sentinel Prime, Autobot Blaster, and one of the changeable heads, Loudmouth. Up here, they're showing that they're interchangeable with the different classes of Titans Return figures, that the heads will switch about on any of those. Alright, so since we looked at the packaging, we're going to pop open the box and take a look at the actual toy himself. Alright, so upon opening the package, we're greeted with some familiar items here. As always, these guys are coming packaged with these little artistic cards that have their breakdowns on the back. The front just has an artistic depiction again of the head, Furos popping off of Hardhead. And on the back here, we have a breakdown of their strength, speed, intelligence, and firepower. Now the red lines there are going to be for Hardhead by himself, and then the blue extended lines are going to be his combined power with Furos. So we see that he gains a little bit extra power in all the different fields when he's added with Furos. Now these cards do come on really thick stock, pretty nice cards, what have you, but who cares about the cards? We want to see the toys. So get rid of that guy. Alright, now these guys also come packaged with instructions as always. I'm going to go ahead and fan that by here. The instructions are double-sided to show how to transform from a robot to tank and vice versa. Just like to fan those by to give a complete review of the figure. There we go. Alright, so that's the instructions. We're going to tuck them off to the side, take a look at the actual figure. Bring them a little bit close. Whoops. Bring them a little bit closer here. So that's what you got there with the figure. Spin him around real quick. See, he's got a backpack with his cockpit for his tank mode there. So that's a quick 360 of the figure. Now, articulation wise with this guy, the head will have 360 degrees of rotation. My particular toy, last two I've gotten, the heads have been real bobblehead-ish. This one's real loose or whatever. But you can get 360 degrees of rotation, and you can get a little bit of forward and backward tilt and whatnot. You're not going to get him looking in the sky or looking at his feet, but you can kind of wiggle it back and forth. At the arm, or at the shoulder section here, the shoulders will have a little rise to it to bring it up like that. Kinda. There's a ball joint in that shoulder, so you'll be able to rotate that 360 degrees. Here at the bicep section, there's another little swivel joint, so you can get 360 degrees of rotation out of that. Since that's on a ball joint, the shoulder will kind of pivot forward and backwards a little bit. And he'll also have that elbow joint there. At the hand, there's not going to be much articulation. Since the hand tucks into that during transformation, you can kind of bend it in a little bit. But it won't go out because it has a little guard right there that it won't go back Now the hand can swivel around 360 degrees. That's on a little swivel joint as well. Other arms, same scenario. You'll have the little bit of rise on the shoulder. You'll be able to go forward and backwards just a hair with it. And since it's on a ball joint, you'll be able to rotate the shoulder around 360 degrees. Now, at that bicep section, again, there's another swivel joint. So you'll be able to rotate that 360 degrees. And then, of course, you'll also have an elbow joint there. And the same maneuverability with the hand, because both of them are the same. You'll be able to rotate that fist around 360 degrees if you want. All right, now we come on down to the hip section. There's no swivel on the hip. At the thigh, or at the hips and legs section, there is a ball joint, which will allow you to get 360 degrees of rotation out of that. Then he's also going to have a thigh swivel here, so you can rotate the thigh around 360 degrees. And then there's also going to be a knee joint there. Other leg, same scenario. The hip has a little ball joint there, so you'll be able to rotate that around 360 degrees. At the thigh, there's another swivel joint, so you'll be able to rotate that 360 degrees. And again, he'll have the knee joint. Foot does come loose there, so you can kind of play with the foot positioning to help out with posing. Alright. So you can get some pretty dynamic poses out of this guy, given all the joints that are in it. He'll pose a hell of a lot easier than the G1 version did, since we used to play with block robots. So you can get some pretty cool poses there. Alright, now this guy comes packaged with two different weapons here. He actually kind of looks cooler when you raise the... He looks a little tougher when you raise the shoulders up there. Alright, he does come with two weapons. He's got this rifle blaster here, which typically would be held in the hand, like that. And then he also comes with this humongous cannon. Now the cannon is supposed to be shoulder mount. This little section right here becomes a seat for the Titan Master figure. I'll go ahead and pop that off real quick to let you see that. The head, yeah, while I got that off, we'll bring it in closer here so you can take a look at the sculpt. As far as the head for Hardhead, I'm pleased. The sculpt is really, really cool. They did pretty good with the paint job. All except for that one little teeny speck there, right where his nose, I guess, would be. That's just painted blue with the rest of the visor. But I imagine these things are so small, it's probably hard to get such kind of detail. And surprisingly, I'm actually real happy with this one too. Usually the Headmaster figure isn't very well detailed. They did a good job painting this. I don't know if you can see the little, he got his blue eyes and everything, a yellow face. That's actually pretty good on the sculpt. Maneuverability with these guys, the arms are on a little ball joint, so you can kind of pivot them out like that and come forward and all the way above the head if you wanted to. So you can do poses like that. Other arm's going to have the same scenario. Now the legs are actually glued together, so you're not going to get any freedom of movement with the legs. You'll be able to put them in a sitting pose like that if you wanted to, but you're not going to get a wide arrangement of movement out of the legs. So, and it looks like a pin goes all the way through the knee joints there. Now the head also should swivel around 360 degrees. Yep. So we can rotate that all the way around. Now we get back to the little shoulder cannon thing here. You can set a Titan Master figure into the cannon like this to control it if you wanted to. Though he wouldn't be a very effective robot without his head, so you'd probably use one of the other swap around heads to put in this to control it. So that's a little gimmick with sitting in the cannon there. Now this is supposed to be shoulder mount here, if I can figure out how to do it. Yep. So to make it shoulder mount, there's a little tab on the back here. You just raise up to his shoulder level, and then you just peg the cannon in. So it'll sit on his shoulder like that. Actually, I'm interested to see if this head is going to fit in. Of course not. Let's okay, so maybe you got to keep the cannon facing up if you want to do that. Okay, yeah, you can. So once the head's on, you can get the, once the cannon's on, you can get the head on and everything. So that's his methods of displaying his weapons there. I don't see any other holes on the figure to mount the weapons any other way. So that would that'd cover my review on the weapons part. We're going to go ahead and pull these guys off and get into the transformation, since these are transformers. Alright, so the first thing we'll do to transform him is pop the head off here. The arms are on a little collapsible joint here, I don't know if you see. So you're just going to push those up to connect those treads together. And then we're going to go ahead and fold his hand into the forearm like that. Going to do the same thing with the other arm. We're just going to push that joint together to connect the treads and put his hand in his forearm there. Alright, now the next thing we're going to do is on the back side here, we're going to flip all of this forward. Or we're going to flip it up like this. I believe these treads will still stay forward. So we end up with the character like this. Then we're just going to flip it on over and lay it on his back here. There's a couple of tabs in the thigh area. Right here, there's a little tab thing that should catch the legs, just like this. Well, or actually we're not going to go that far yet. Alright, these legs are going to open up and collapse onto themselves here, like that. Then we're going to tab the hip into that little tab. The foot pedal back here, we're just going to fold over into the other side. And we're going to do the same thing with the other leg. We're just going to collapse the leg onto itself like this. Boom, tab it into that little tab. And fold the little foot back into there. Then this section here, we'll just fold back just like that. And then on the side here, there's a little opening, and on the arm there's a circle to tab into that. So we're going to peg that into there. Mine's kind of funny acting here. There we go. And it's going to be the same thing on the other side. You'll have an opening right here and that circle on the arm. So that'll just tab right into there as well. So basically, this is going to be our tank mode, which feels really kind of just thrown together there. So that's our tank mode. And we're going to, again, that little shoulder cannon is going to post right back into that spot right there. So you end up like this. Then this other blaster we can stick on top of the cannon just like that. So you end up with this for a tank mode here. Spin it all around here and let's take a look at the figure. That's the bottom side of it here. That's the back of the figure and the straightforward part of the figure. Alright, now you'll also, this little cockpit section here will open up like that. and you'll be able to, yeah, that little cockpit section is going to open up, and then you'll be able to take your Titan Master figure. I'm going to spin his head around here. You'll be able to take your Titan Master figure and sit him into that little cockpit there. I'm sure I got to push his legs forward a lot more though. So it goes like that, and then you can close the cockpit on top of him. So now he can pilot the tank. Okay, and one thing I missed in the transformation, I was wondering why this guy was rocking so much. This little hip shield thing is supposed to fold down. Then that's going to get the tank level like that. So I slipped up on the transformation. So again, remember to fold that little panel down there. Otherwise, you're going to have a rocky tank. So that's what you got there for Hardhead in his tank mode. Alright, so that will conclude my unboxing / review for Transformers Titans Return Furos and Hardhead. If you liked the video, be sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and share on your favorite social media sites. And be sure to stay tuned to this channel for more Transformer unboxings, life hacks, and whatnot in the very near future. Alright, so again, I appreciate the view, guys. Casual706, out.